Liam,
Hello.
you're back. LumChatBart.com, guys. He's going to showcase a very, very special deck that we all know and love, but the BT6 version of it. Do you want to tell us a bit about it first?
It's Rookie Rush. Surprise. Surprise. I'm still playing Rookie Rush.
What? You're playing Rookie Rush? Still?
Somehow, yeah.
Since BT1?
It'll never die. It's still playable. Not like the best, but still playable for any Rookie Rush.
What do you mean what do you mean it's not the best? It's still slapping. It's still kicking people's asses left, right and center.
This list is like less aggro than previous lists. BT5 Rookie Rush, you used to play Blue Gobblemon to like keep up your resources, but this deck has taken a different turn to keep up with your resources because it's not just security control now, you also have Beelstarmon, the Musketeer deck. It's still playable and I've made a playable list and I'm quite happy with it. And I've won against security control with it, which is the best part. Because you're facing Ultimate Flares, Gold Schwarmers, Happy Bullet Showering, Alter S, Nidhogg, Mechanorimon. Can you think of any other ones?
No, but you're really putting a damper on the whole Rookie Rush. You're meant to be like, Rookie Rush, best deck ever!
It's a reality, but like I've made the best playable Rookie Rush strategy this format that wins against those decks. It's a reality check that Rookie Rush decks are not as like aggro and unfair as they used to be. They have to play a little differently. Yeah, we can go into the deck profile.
Okay, let's have a look at it. So
Make sure to go to topdecktcg.com and use code BULB810 for 10% off your next purchase.
Okay, so I guess we'll start with the eggs. The usual. It's yellow, green, red Rookie Rush, bell pepper Rookie Rush again. Yellow eggs, play the 4 Upamon. Resource gain, you need to gain it because you're going to get board wiped over and over again. But the annoying part about this Rookie Rush deck is that it keeps coming back. But because it's not as aggro as it used to be, it means that you will like go into like late game with security control players and musketeers. So you have to play the 5th egg. And I chose to play Koromon because odd numbers like 7k means Spiral Masquerade only needs 2 instead of having to use 3 of your 3k remove minuses. Reduction, that's the word. Also get rid of little 1k guys. It's making their blockers smaller as well, so that, I don't know, their 5k blockers are now 4k, which means you no longer trade in your 5k rookies anymore. It's cool, but this is obviously the best one, and especially with the way this deck is built, your security management is like huge, so Upamon is big. And then for rookies, you have to play 4 of the Falcomon. It's just a generic 2 cost yellow rookie. Yep, that's pretty much it. Then you also play 4 Starmons, because removal, you need like to control the board so that you don't get overwhelmed on top of being like on top of all the like the board removal against your deck. You also need to like bite back before even like attacking for game. So a lot of the time you're holding your boards. Security control is weirder. You just have to play out the matchup more to like understand when to attack for game and when to like hold your dudes and whatnot. But Starmons is very important, and it's a free rookie, which is cool. Pulsemaron, resources, very important. He replaces himself, gains a memory. He's got a cool thing that will come up later in a Rookie Rush deck you don't usually see. Then you have Lapmon. It's weird playing 4 of them, but again, it's the whole resource gaining. You need to play it. And there's the cool card this matches with too, so we're going to put him aside. There's so many cards we're going to put aside. But Lapmon, yeah, look at the top card of your security. You can add it to hand and draw. You're generally going to be doing it because, again, Upamon. Benefits of having 3 security, same with Pulsemon, so they're kind of hand in hand. This card matched with Lapmon, it's the BT6 Tapermon, so we're finally seeing some BT6 cards thrown in, not even just a difference in ratios and stuff. It's this is Tapermon. In hard effect, when you remove a card on your turn from your security, you get to draw a card. So cards like Lapmon means that if you have Churimon or another champion we're going to talk about at level 4 on top of Tapermon, and you have Lapmon, you play the Lapmon, you add the top card of your security to your hand, that's replaced the Lapmon now, and then you draw a card off Lapmon, which is a +1, and then the Tapermon in hard is a +2, which is very good. So not even replacing your hand most of the time into other matchups when you're playing against, I don't know, Jessamon or any other deck that isn't security control or musketeers. You're just going plus forever and you just always have the out to like everything because of Tapermon. It's really cool. Because we're playing 4 Lapmon, and we're removing cards from our security a lot. We have to play 4 Sala, which is completely fine. Against a security control matchup, you just hard play these so that you're not wasting, you're not trying to like fill your board with the like large amount of memory you get off them. So using up 4 memory for the Salamon while also not having to just pass turn and put them on 3 is kind of cool. And yeah, if you're on 2 security, you can bring it back up to 3 with Salamon for your Pulsemons, and yeah, it's very cool that way. Then Bushy Agumon, we used to play it in Rookie Rush before. Now it's even cooler. Gonna put him aside because he's very important. Then we play 3 Churimon. The reason we only play 3 Churimon is because we also play a different champion which came out in BC6, which is very cool. Churimon's just a 1 to Digivolve on top. Even the 6 cost is okay because going into stuff that has Ultimate Flare means that this won't die if you hard play it, which is kind of cool. And it's only a 6 cost. And another thing that is only a 6 cost is the other champion we play 3 of, which is Apemon. But he's 8k. 2 cost to Digivolve, which is kind of bleh, but it makes sense, it's huge. But it's still 6 cost to hard play, so into grinding matchups, games go on longer, you can use up your memory to summon these, hard play them so that your opponent can't ultimate flare you and whatnot. Then the last of our yellows is Magnadramon, which is the cool thing you play in this deck, and this is where these trio like come into play. On play recover 2, because we're playing Lopmon and we're playing things like Blinding Ray, it's very important to recover, but its second effect is even cooler. So like in comparison to Puppetmon was played just to survive a turn, suspend your opponent's blockers. Magnadramon does pretty much the same thing, you're just surviving a turn. And you're going to be down security because of Lopmon and Blinding Ray, like I said. But its second effect of when attacking, you can play a rookie from your hand. It means you can drop the Pulsemon to gain a memory, to give them less memory because you've given them a bunch with the Magnadramon. You can play the Bushy, which is always cool. And you can also Lopmon on top of, or yeah, this went hand in hand more or less. You can also just gain extra off the Lopmon, which is cool. And you have the extra security now from the Magnadramon to afford to Lopmon, depending on the game state or whatever. But yeah, that's cool. Magnadramon is very cool, and it came in clutch and in grind games. You can go aggro against other decks with the Magnadramon. If it's something like Bond of Courage or Bond of Friendship, it means you get to survive a turn but then go aggro back at them. This is just like survivability into the Musketeer security control matchup more than aggro. And you'll draw into it more often. That's why we only play 2s, because the Lopmon, the Tapermon, let you draw into it faster. Then for 2 cost rookies that are not yellow, we play these boys, adding to the bell peppery part of the deck. Honestly, I just played 2 of every name. Like you could play 4 Atomamon, 1 Leomon, 1 it's just I even out the names so that things like Alteress don't not Alteress.
I think it's an Omnimon.
It's one of the Omnimons. It's not Alteress, but I can't remember what it is exactly.
I think it's the original Omnimon.
Oh, it is. It is the original Omnimon. I got the Ghost reprint. Yeah, my bad.
Ghost Omnimon, ruining Liam's life.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Then onto the spells. You play the Blinding Ray because it's cool. Blinding Bushy is always a thing. Gaining the extra 2 memory to, I don't know, if you were trying to draw into the Magnadramon and you went down to 0 memory, there you go. Bada bing, bada boom. You can play Magnadramon now. And then because it's still control and you want people to hit your security, and because of Salamon and Magnadramon, there's a higher chance of these guys being in security. It's just maths, I guess. Not play maths, but you can get some at lumpshopart.com. It's the mathematics behind it. A Spiral Masquerade will be in security more because we play so much recovery. And you also play Wyvern Spread, another BT6 card, minus 15k from something. Pretty much kills literally everything. If you're against a 16k dude, drop a Starmons on its own and then chuck a Wyvern Spread down. There you go. That's your 16k or more. You catch my drift. But like I said about this being in security, this has a higher chance of being in security, and it's always cool when they attack into it with multiple security checks and stuff like that. It's very cool, very cool. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the cards. In conclusion, this deck is cool. It plays a little differently from before. You gain resources, you manage your security. You can play the grind game without crying because usually you have 1 to 0 cards in hand in previous formats. The addition of Tapermon and stuff like that means you can play a little longer, which is fine. As long as you just practice is the main thing with Rookie Rush. Aggro Rookie Rush you can give to anyone and they'll come second place at a regional easy peasy. Decks like this version of Rookie Rush, it doesn't play itself. You do have to think quite a bit, which is cool. Maybe one day I'll play a deck that goes past level 4, or you don't hard play level 6s, stuff like that. The only toxic part about this deck is the people that don't like it. Just going to say that. I've won store championships with this. You can too. If you want to see Rookie Rush playmat, get this video to 30 likes, and we'll draw a Rookie Rush playmat, but they'll be super buff. Yeah, like the Ojama mat, or not the Melfi mat we did for Yu-Gi-Oh that one time. We'll make a Rookie Rush muscle men mat. Yeah.
Thanks for showing us your deck.
I will always show my deck, my Rookie Rush deck.
Bye.
Bye.